unknown transforming robot. It's probably shit, but if I just bet a quid, it really won't matter.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and as the minute waltz fades out, once again, it's time for another Transformers Transformation Review thingy. Can I say, first of all, Kampai, as our good friend Robot Adventures would say. Reuven, I think that's your name. Merry Christmas to you all, and to all a good night. Just started, or sláinte as we say in Ireland, although I'm not in Ireland anymore, am I? No. Let me just put this down after a little swig. Very fine Rioja. So, hope you're all getting what you want for Christmas, and I hope you've got you and yours what they want for Christmas as well. There's nothing worse than getting what you don't want for Christmas. I remember as a kid having elderly relatives and stuff like that, and of course as a kid what I wanted was Transformers, Thundercats, Masters of the Universe, Zoids, Meccano, Lego, and what was that ladder stuff that was called? You might remember this. Big bits of plastic. It was a kind of a space age plastic building. Let me see if I can remember the name of it now. I wanted Mask as well. I definitely wanted Mask. Oh Christ, what did we call it? You know, there was. It wasn't like Lego, although you built it. It was like a cross between Lego and Meccano. Big bits of plastic that you kind of put together. Nothing really required screwing. Lots of hexagonal parts and long, creamy plastic parts that you put together. I can't remember the name of that. Can anybody remember the name of that? So, you know, Transformers, GoBots, Zoids, Lego, Thundercats, Masters of the Universe. Even, I'm comfortable enough with my sexuality to say a little bit of She-Ra. Yes, I didn't mind a little bit of She-Ra. Yes, that was fine. All that, but don't get me socks and knickers and vests, please. That was the kind of thing you want. You know, that's what the standard fare of the elderly relative circa 1984. Believe me, I was there. Interestingly, as I got a little older, that's what I wanted. Socks and knickers. It was great. But now, in my 30s, I want toys again. Go figure. So, today, ladies and gentlemen, I thought I'd do something a little Christmassy. I'm wearing my Christmassy top. I say it's my Christmassy top. I don't know. Is it Christmassy? I look a little bit like a gay Christmas cracker. That's all I'm going to say. So I was looking around the bots. Which ones are Christmassy? All the Christmassy ones were big bots that I didn't really want to take down and transform. So, you know, the Dark of the Moon, Sentinel Prime, you know, Death by Santa Claus. But he looks kind of Christmassy, but he's a complicated freaker to transform. And I don't love him. I don't love him. I would certainly have what I'm transforming today. Obviously, the Autobot clones, if you can read, you know. But any Prime is kind of Christmassy because you've got this whole red, silvery thing going on. Sometimes there's a little bit of white. There's no green ever, really, is there? Those are kind of Christmassy colours. What else did I see that was a little bit Christmassy? Well, those are the main. It was Prime or Sentinel Prime. And they were too big or too not interesting enough. So I opted for, ladies and gentlemen, if you wouldn't mind awfully, referring to the Bible, there they are, Transformers Identification and Price Guide. Page 132 in the Book of Goodness. And Autobot clones. So tomorrow, I must say, my prezzies are in the other room. I've definitely got bots. I know I've got bots because if I don't get bots, there's hell to pay, really. I think I might just set the cat on fire. Actually, I won't do that. Here's just a little anecdote. Last night I watched Journey to the Center of the Earth. The one with James Mason, 1959, I think it was. It was good. It wasn't awesome. Do you know the way sometimes people, you know, they talk about old movies as if they're all fantastic? A lot of them are very good. This one was okay. Animal cruelty. Can I just say, people, animal cruelty. There was reptile death in that on screen. If ever you want to see an iguana being killed on screen, watch Journey to the Center of the Earth. Anyway, 131. I think I was going to say something else. I'll carry on. So yeah, Santa better come to my house and leave plastic. That's what I'm saying. George was here a few days ago. We were going to record a review, exaggerated elegy, but you know, it just didn't happen. There was mulled cider and additional plastic to play with. It never happened. I'm sure he's got me a bot. It's got 6 wheels. There's a few things it could be that I know George is watching this. There are a few things it could be. We all know what they are. I'm not sure which of those ones it's going to be. I decided that it had 6 wheels, then I put it down. Because if I felt any further, I could find it. I'll carry on. 131, ladies and gentlemen, the Autobot clones. Now, if you remember, the Autobot clones have 2 bots. Same bot mode, different alt mode. Love that kind of shit. These guys are slightly Christmassy in they're red and off-white. Shall we say that much? We shall start with Cloudraker. He is a sky fighter, apparently. What does he turn into? Some little Autobot, Cybertronian flying thing. Motto: gravity is the chain that binds us all. I want to do this. Oh yes, I got another message from people talking about the fact that they seen me on the Auto Assembly website. Come to the Auto Assembly channel. Please come to Auto Assembly 2012. I'm plugging it because I want everybody who's mad about Transformers to be there, because trust me, it's the biggest nerd out in Transformers history in Europe, in the UK. There's enough of you out there, because I know, because I'm one of them, just to get there and have the best time of your life. I've already started saving, I'm not even kidding you. Gravity is the chain that binds us all. I'll do my David Brent against LA. Often acts frustrated, can't reach escape velocity and achieve orbit, extreme claustrophobe. There's, you know, he'd get a couple of those straight away for that. You know, I don't want a Transformer to be claustrophobic or frustrated. It just doesn't work for me. Feels the sky isn't big enough for him. I think he's got 3 of these already. Usually flies as high as he can. Terrified of being on the ground. In vehicle mode, uses 2 gravity rod rifles to cause objects to float away or crash to the ground. Clone Brother is Fastlane. This is Cloudraker. Let me show you both of these guys together. Cloudraker, Fastlane. How do you tell them apart? Look at the back. No, they have, as you can see, they have 2 rub symbols. One will be Autobot, the Autobot symbol that we know and love. Let me see if these ones are working, because when they get a little old, they lose their mojo. Let me just have a little look. There's a little Autobot symbol there. And then the one at the top will let you know what he turns into. It'll either be a little plane insignia or a little dragster insignia, which indeed is what his brother turns into. Are we going to see any of that? No, not an awful lot. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're going to go from here. You see, they're kind of Christmassy. They're a tiny bit Christmassy. They're not quite as Christmassy as me, because I've had a glass of red wine and I'm wearing my sexy top. Look at this little bot. What I love about these guys and the Decepticon clones is that they are the epitome of your common or garden robot. There's no frills. There's nothing very exciting about the bot, but anybody from any country, any age would look at it and go, that's a robot. Yes, it is. I don't have their weapons, which is unfortunate, but there you go. They probably would be lost anyway. I'm going to go ahead and transform these guys. Joints are nice and tight. This is the wonderful thing about dust. Dust is going to keep these guys nice and tight. Just get these arms out of the way like that. You know, you just kind of fold shit over when you're transforming these guys. The legs go all the way to the rear. The transformation would remind you very much of the inner bot of a Pretender. Indeed, it really does resemble it in all ways. Then you push what's really cool, the head in like that, and then the rest of him pops out from his groin. Yes, it does. There is little, I have to look at his name, Cloudraker. Now, he would benefit a little bit in this mode from his guns, but you just know that they would sit in a very cumbersome fashion, either here and here, and they would just make him look not very sky-worthy or aerodynamic at all. I like this. I like this because it's big and blocky and very G1. Let's move on to Fastlane, who is a warrior, his clone brother. Either you're out of my way or out of luck, that's what he says. A bit immature, sometimes act like a thrill-seeking show-off. 131, by the way. Enjoys looking for new ways to get his kicks. Usually makes reckless driving a way of life in vehicle mode. Does all this kind of stuff, you know. It has a bio. Someone else will do that really well. I'm just not interested in it, which is a shame, but it makes me the happiest man in the world. I just get this little fist out of the way. Both these fists have to fold out, fold in and fold out. Now, getting them in is quite easy. Getting them out is a pain in the posterior, I have to say that. Fold them up like that, and look, we have a nice little wheel reveal, very tasty. Rotate this, which is the rear spoiler, 180 degrees, then it'll come up very nice. Underneath there, we have a wheel, and we do that. Look at that. Is it a dragster? It may well be. It's a Cybertwin and dragster. It can look like whatever it needs to. I chose these guys because twins. Everybody likes twins for Christmas, don't they though? But two robots that look exactly the same, and they transform into completely different alt modes. You just wouldn't think it. I wish I had these guys' weapons. The weapons don't look good on them when they're in the alt modes, but it's fine in the robot modes. I would much rather have these guys with their weapons than the vast majority of bots, which I can take or leave without, because they just get in the way of, if your shelves are crammed like these fuckers are, if they get in the way, and I end up going either the bot stands with its arm up in the air with the weapon raised, so it looks a little shitty anyway, but or I just pack them away. Just pack them away with their missiles and guns. Just seems to be the best way to do it. Cloudraker, Fastlane, Autobot clones. Very, very nice. Love these guys. So pleased to have them. I would like more clones. I would like more clones. That would be nice. I don't think we're going to see any in the near future. You never know what 2012 will bring. Let's wait a few months and see. A few days, actually. Ladies and gentlemen, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. I may or may not see you before then. Let you know my Christmas haul video. So you can do AA, auto assembly hauls, and you can do Christmas hauls. Go figure. It's all good. So, yeah. Good night.
Now that's what I call a robot in disguise.